We're here today with our dear patient, Lynne Mitchell. And Lynne, we'd like you to tell us a little bit about your treatment with Dr. Scheiner and maybe how you decided to choose Dr. Scheiner to do your treatment.
All of a sudden, the conversation turned from the DVD to what Dr. Scheiner does, and I said, you do cosmetic? Well, of course, any girl's dream is to meet somebody that's going to glorify and beauty them, you know, make themselves beautiful. So I asked him about his treatments. I'm not too big on surgery. So that is actually something I would not be looking into, and he basically told me about this RadiantLift, and I was like, okay, so tell me all about it. And when he explained it to me, it seemed very simple, and the time, my time is so important for me. I don't have the opportunity to have a lot of downtime. So I could basically go in the office and shoot me up with this glorious serum, and I could leave, and the next day I was fine. Actually, the afternoon I was fine. The office called, and I was fine in the afternoon already.
Well, and for your treatment, I mean, Dr. Scheiner is based in Tampa, Florida, and you actually live in California, correct?
Yes.
And so you've got, A-list plastic surgeons all around you.
Correct.
And what would make you choose to fly out to Tampa, Florida and see Dr. Scheiner for that treatment that you discussed?
Well, that's an interesting question too. I've been around celebrities for 26 years, been in the movie industry, doing all the award shows, telebooking, producing, and I've been around a lot of Beverly Hills doctors. And as I said in the beginning, I did not want to be cut. I've met a lot of surgeons, but it's all about attitude. And attitude is very important, and I don't know what happened with Dr. Scheiner and I. It was connect. He is so easy to talk to, very knowledgeable, and I asked him so many questions in probably a matter of 5 minutes. I was blah, 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 because I wanted to know all about, hey, I don't have to be cut. So that's very important, and he was so patient with me, and he explained everything to me, and I was on my way to Florida that same minute.
Now that you've had your procedure, obviously you're pleased with the results. Have other people noticed?
I had a wedding a week later, and it was my husband's family, and we went to Vegas, and I haven't seen them in quite some time. So normally when you don't see somebody for quite some time, they go, shame, she looks a little bit older, you know. And I was just glowing, I'm telling you, just glowing. And I felt, first of all, very good about myself. And second of all, I was dressed all nicely, and I was probably showing off a little bit, this new face, but I wasn't going to tell them. So when we went to the wedding, everybody's going, wow, you look so great, you look so young. And obviously I wasn't going to tell my family my secret, please. You know, this is for me personally, but it wasn't one of them. It was a ton of people that hadn't seen me in a few years. And you know how a few years can add to your face and your hair or whatever. This was a wow moment. I was walking around like a Cheshire cat with a smile that you couldn't rub off my face. I was the proud peacock, because I knew what I knew, but they didn't, and they couldn't figure out why I looked so young. So that was fabulous. You don't want, I think the most important thing is when you have something like that done, you don't want people to say, oh, so you had surgery, because then you obviously look fake.
Exactly.
And I didn't have any fakeness about me. It was just, wow, you look so young.
When they can't put their finger on it,
that's fabulous.
Put the nail on the head. That's excellent.
Yes. Dr. Scheiner has an amazing staff, which immediately makes you feel comfortable when you walk through the door. And that's another thing. When you're going into a procedure, even though you kind of maybe look at a video or somebody tells you about it, you still have a little bit of, you're anxious.
Sure.
The minute I got there, they greeted me, they sat me in a room, and they calmed me down, because I was, oh, I'm so scared of needles. They were like, don't worry, this is going to be fabulous. And they all looked fabulous too. Working for Dr. Scheiner is I want to get a job there. Right?
And you know, with as pleased as you are, it's something that you would recommend to other people, to friends or family, you know, people who are close to you?
Oh, I have already. I think everybody should get this done. Every woman, even men. I mean, men are pretty proud these days. You know, they don't really want to get old gracefully either.
Sure.
So I recommend it for men and women. And I say don't even hesitate, because again, there is no cutting, there is no downtime. And you know, with most of our situations these days, everybody's on the go and everybody needs to be somewhere tomorrow. So your downtime is nothing.
That's it.
So, I mean, to me, yes, I think everybody should have it.
Well, and like you said, you know, you were glowing, so finally you felt like you were presenting to the world.
I was radiant.
How
I
you
had
felt.
the radiant lift, and
right.
I was radiant. I'm still radiant. Look at me. I'm so vain. Sorry, excuse me for lack of a better word, but seriously, radiant is a good name for the procedure, radiant lift, because I do feel radiant.